Hi and welcome to another topic here in PED 4, Assessment of Learning 1. So for Lesson 1, we have Language of Educational Assessment. In educational assessment, we need educational measurement, evaluation, testing, and assessment. So for us to continue, let us first read the objectives. Explain by providing examples of the following concepts in educational measurement, such as measurement, assessment, testing, and evaluation. Compare and contrast measurement, assessment, testing, and evaluation. And lastly, illustrate the application of these concepts in teaching, learning process, and instructional decision making. So for our abstraction, the concepts of test, measurement, assessment, and evaluation are often used interchangeable by practitioners and if they have the same meaning. This is not so in relation to education. So as a teacher, you should be able to distinguish one from the other and use any one at the appropriate time to discuss issues in the classroom. So sometimes people interchange the concept of test, measurement, assessment, and evaluation. But you as a teacher, you need to distinguish all of this and of course use the appropriate assessment when it comes to your students' learning assessment. In the process of measurement, as it implies, involves carrying out the actual measurements in order to assign a quantitative meaning to a quality. Like for example, what is the length of the chalkboard? Determining this must be physically done. So measurement is therefore a process of assigning numerals to objects, quantities, or events in order to give quantitative meaning to such qualities. Measurements refer to the process by which the attributes or dimensions of some physical objects are determined. So one exception seems to be in the use of the word measure in determining the IQ of a person. So the turn of phrase is "this test measures IQ" is commonly used. So these are some of the definitions of assessment. So assessment is a fact-finding activity that describes conditions that exist at a particular time. Assessment often involves measurement to gather data. However, it is the domain of assessment to organize the measurement data into interpretable forms on a number of variables. It is also a process by which information is obtained relative to some known objective or goal. So assessment is a broad term that includes testing. So a test is a special form of assessment. Tests are assessments made under contrived circumstances, especially so that they may be administered. In other words, all tests are assessments, but not all assessments are tests. The overall purpose of assessment is to improve student learning and provide students, parents, and teachers with reliable information regarding student progress and the extent of attainment of the expected learning outcomes. More specifically, its functions are measuring students' achievement, evaluating instructions and teaching strategies, assessing lessons to be retaught, evaluating school programs, motivating learning, predicting success or failure, and evaluating teachers' performance, the school's facilities and resources, and school managers' performance. We must also take note of the following characteristics: validity, reliability, practicability, justness, and morality in assessment. For evaluation is perhaps the most complex and least understood of the terms. Inherent in the idea of evaluation is value. When we evaluate, what we are doing is engaging in some process that is designed to provide information that will help us make a judgment about a given situation. Generally, any evaluation process requires information about the situation in question. So teachers constantly evaluate students, and such evaluations are usually done in the context of comparisons between what was intended, like for example, the learning progress, behavior, and what was obtained. Evaluation often includes recommendations for constructive action. Thus, evaluation is a qualitative measure of the prevailing situation. Evaluations add the ingredient of value judgment to assessment. So it is concerned with the application of its findings and implies some judgment of the effectiveness, social utility, or desirability of a product, process, or progress in terms of carefully defined and agreed upon objectives or values. It also calls for evidence of the effectiveness, suitability, or goodness of the program. Alright, so that would be the end of the lesson 1. Now, do you have any questions? If you do so, don't hesitate to contact me via email at irish.tan@ddosc.edu.ph, or you can also contact me via messenger or my phone number. Again, thank you for watching the video and see you for the next lesson.